If you really want to take 5 or even 10 years off your appearance, and also to improve the contour of your jawline, you need to work with the mouth diaphragm. Just by doing these 2 techniques, your facial shape will instantly look younger. People are generally lazy by nature and are always looking for a magic pill. And so, in fact, the entire beauty industry, and even medicine as a whole, is set up in such a way that it encourages this. If society, if people, have a demand to get instant results right here and now, whether it's to relieve pain, improve the facial contour, or rejuvenate the face, then the market will offer solutions to meet the demand. You know, right? And that's why many doctors, cosmetologists, and plastic surgeons are also trapped by this, because they play along with it. People want quick results. They want to solve their problem literally in 1 or 2 minutes. And so, a vicious cycle of deception is created. Because in fact, all of this is aimed only at eliminating the symptoms, only the visible manifestations. Should we say that this isn't necessary? No, I'm not against cosmetology or plastic surgery. Go ahead, do it if you want. But you just need to understand that these methods don't address the root of the problem. And very few people actually want to think about that. Because in order to solve the problem in a comprehensive and global way, you have to spend much more energy and time and wait for results that might not appear in a minute, but in a week, a month, or even a year. But it's only by taking this approach that you can gain something real, not just an artificial shell. For example, let's talk about the face shape, the contour of the lower jaw. So, if the contour of the lower jaw is well defined, it gives a more youthful appearance. When that contour becomes blurred, it naturally makes you look older. What tools are available? A cosmetologist has a tool, hyaluronic acid, which can accentuate the contours of the lower jaw or enhance the cheekbones so that, by comparison, the lower jaw appears smaller. There's also the option of injecting lipolytics to dissolve the fat that's located here. Well, there are many other methods too: laser cosmetology, botulinum toxin, and even plastic surgery, which can give you a lift specifically of the chin to improve the shape of your face. But what are all these methods aimed at? They're only aimed at the surface tissues. Of course, all of this is pretty cool. It does have some effect. But first of all, if we're talking about beauty injections like hyaluronic acid and you're trying to reshape your face with it, just keep in mind that if you get carried away and do this regularly, in 10 years your face will become very puffy, and your skin will get looser and rougher, because hyaluronic acid attracts moisture. But if we're talking about holistic rejuvenation, if you really want to look 5 or 10 years younger, the real reason isn't just that the contours of your face have started to sag somewhere. The thing is, when other people look at you from the outside, they visually take in your whole body, from your feet all the way up to the top of your head. It starts with your walk, how flexible your body is, your posture, and even your neck, whether you have a long, beautiful neck or if it's tense and hunched over like this. Yes, and on top of that, you can develop a hump and a shortened back of the neck. And then you start to get that saggy turkey neck skin here. You might be able to fix it here, but if you keep this posture, beauty injections won't help you. That's exactly why I encourage you to look at yourself more broadly, as a whole. If we're talking about the face shape, what is it connected to? Certain problems with the spine. For example, when the neck shortens or the spine becomes very rigid. For me, if my head and neck are elongated, or if my neck is compressed, I get excess skin here. The face shape becomes less defined, meaning the jawline loses its contour and folds appear in areas where there's a lot of tension. And if there's a lot of tension in the neck, remember, the lymphatic vessels run through there. This will cause swelling and stagnation. No cosmetic procedures can actually stop this swelling and deformation. They can only cover it up a little on the outside, maybe smooth it out a bit. But these procedures don't address the underlying mechanisms or causes. I've explained to you which direction you need to move in. And in this short video, I can't give you the entire set of exercises, but I'll show you a couple of techniques that will noticeably improve the contour of your lower jaw right before your eyes. To improve the contour of the lower jaw, you need to work with the oral diaphragm. Muscles here make up the oral diaphragm. There are also internal deep chewing muscles and external chewing muscles. The sternocleidomastoid and platysma, the subcutaneous muscle, also have an effect. Now we're going to work on this area. So, for the first technique, we'll be working with the platysma muscle and the sternocleidomastoid muscle. To do this, we grab this muscle, and our task is, after grabbing the muscle, to start lifting the ear upward and to the other side, stretching this area. Why do we need this? By relaxing these muscles, you create a relaxation effect in the area of the jaw angle. That's why you work these muscles by doing tilts. Hold the muscle and bend to the side. There's another option. You can simply smooth it out. Just take the muscle and smooth it. You might even notice that your ear lifts up, your cheekbone rises, and your lower jaw looks lighter and more toned. Do this on both sides, spending about 2 to 3 minutes on each. Fix and stretch the muscles. At the same time, you can also slightly lift your chin up to get a good stretch in the platysma. So, use your hand to hold it in place and make these movements. After this, you might feel a pleasant warmth and relaxation in this area. Next, we'll start working with the mouth diaphragm. And here, right at the angle of the lower jaw, the chewing muscles are attached, and there is a diaphragm there. I suggest placing one finger just below the ear, right under the lower jaw, under the bone, and then another finger further along. So you end up with, as you can see, 2 fingers at the angle of the lower jaw. You place your fingers there. There are a lot of different muscles there. Plus, there's also a gland there, the salivary gland. With massage, specifically vibrational massage, you can help these muscles relax. And this also helps eliminate lymphatic congestion in that area. That's why this simple technique improves the contour of the lower jaw. Just do it regularly. There's no need for any expensive procedures. Just take your fingers, place them, and start pressing inward. And I guarantee that you'll see results. Because when you relax these muscles, the deep muscles, and stimulate lymphatic drainage, you'll notice that the contours of your lower jaw become more defined. That's how simple this technique is. I've just shown you 2 techniques. Simply by doing these 2 techniques, the shape of your face will look younger. Now, I'm waiting for your feedback. Please tell me what you felt while doing these techniques. I show deep techniques on my course, no expensive tools, just your hands and 15 minutes a day, but the result is very deep and effective. So, if you want to look 5 years younger naturally, join the link in description. And if you have any questions left or want to ask me something, write in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, and see you next time. This was Dr. Alice.